Hello whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And for today's rambling, we're crossing the pond all the way to the United States, because today I would like to talk to you about this one, a straight Kentucky bourbon named Rowan's Creek. Now, Rowan's Creek is actually produced at the Kentucky Bourbon Distillers, or KBD. It's their chicken with the golden eggs, because it has already won numerous awards. For example, it got top awards in the San Francisco World Spirits Competition twice, in 2005 and 2011. So there you go. And while it is not stated on the label, it is rumored that this bourbon is in fact 12 years old. Now, Rowan's Creek, where does it get its name? Well, it gets its name from the creek where it takes its water for production from. But the creek in turn gets its name from John Rowan, who used to be a judge, a politician, and a distiller. Now, as you will see on the bottle, excuse me, as you will see on the bottle, it states that it is distilled in Kentucky and then bottled by Rowan's Creek Distillery in Bardstown. Bottled by, not distilled or produced by, but bottled by, because like I said, it is produced actually at this huge plant that is the Kentucky Bourbon Distillers. So not the Rowan Creek Distillery, there's no such thing. Well, there is a company that takes that name and sells this Rowan's Creek bourbon. It is bottled at 100.1 proof, which translates into 50.05% ABV, which is a bit odd to say the least. Anyway, this Rowan's Creek is a dark bronze, almost, well, it's, yeah, dark bronze indeed, darker than amber anyway. 50.05% ABV. Let's find out if this is any good on the nose. Well, it's a bit closed and it needs some hand warmth to open up actually. But if you give it that time, you do get some lovely notes of Parma violets. I get some citrus fruits, some mild spices, lots of vanilla, caramel, and a lot of oak as well. I get like freshly sawn planks or wood shavings. It's like I'm standing in the workshop of a furniture maker. A lot of oak, but not too much. And then also cuberdons, which is a typical Belgian candy, a dark sugary candy. I guess you can compare it best to Parma violets. Lovely nose. Takes a bit of time to open up, but in the end, quite lovely on the palate. White mouth coating, honey sweet, very sweet, lots of vanilla, lots of caramel, and again some citrus fruits maybe, but it is quite feisty on the spices now. This is where the oak really kicks in. Nevertheless, that gives it a warming, pleasant, tinkling experience on your tongue. It's a lovely sensation, and it's not over the top, making this quite a pleasant and almost complex bourbon on the finish then. Finish is long, rather fruity, but again, it is the wood that has the final say. The oak remains throughout, from the nose, on the palate, in the finish. There's always the toasted oak there, the wood shavings, but that does not make this an oaky bourbon. It's not oaky, it's just wood driven, let me put it that way. But nevertheless, there is enough, or well, lots of other things going on, making this actually a very lovely bourbon. Rather closed at first, it's true, but with some patience you will find that this is indeed a feisty yet complex bourbon, and it's quite accessible and perfectly quaffable without adding any water. And that's all for this Whiskey Rambling, and I hope to see you at one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings real soon. Remember, stay home, stay safe, enjoy your dram, and may the malt be with you. Bye bye.